All right, guys. Hey, this is Eric Louvier. Welcome to this YouTube video. This session, we're going to talk about why you should start a YouTube channel and why that's really important and critical. And this year, I'm 100% focused on building a YouTube channel. I've done tens of millions of dollars online. I've even done as much as $1 million in a single day. I've done ads, I've done affiliates, I've done all kinds of stuff to generate revenue online. I've sold everything, but I'm telling you right now, I'm focused on YouTube for a reason. And I want to share with you 6 or 7 different reasons why it's so critical for me and for you to be focused on YouTube moving forward, even if you're starting from cold scratch, even if you've never made a video before in your life, even if you're scared to death of the video camera and you just think you're too short or tall or fat or ugly or dumb. You need to do YouTube videos. You need to create your own YouTube channel. If you want to generate a lot of revenue online, it is an absolute gold mine. And I'm into the guts of YouTube information and studying and learning and paying for information and getting coaching and everything. So I am your guide to help you get to that point where YouTube pays big for you. Okay, so follow along with my journey. You get to be here at the very beginning, and I'm going to share with you everything that you need to know to make good money with YouTube. If you're over the age of 40, if you want to get money coming in with high ticket offers, then this is the ticket for you. Okay, so I did my first YouTube video well over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. I did YouTube videos, but it wasn't because I was using YouTube to make money. I wasn't focused on YouTube. I have some videos that got 30,000 views. I got some videos that got hardly any views, 5 views. And most of them didn't get very many views. And so it wasn't something that I focused on because I wasn't getting the big bang for my buck. I wasn't making money fast whenever I would create anything with YouTube. YouTube is a long game, right? Like I'm not thinking about making, 100 grand this month from YouTube, although that would be cool. Bring it on. But I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on what YouTube's going to be a year from now for me, or 6 months from now, and what it's going to build into for the future. So I have a lot of real big reasons why I'm so dedicated and focused on building YouTube this year and beyond. I'm going to share those with you, and I think you ought to pay attention to this. But I did my first video a long, long time ago. I have a lot of YouTube videos that I created, and I took them all down. I deleted them, or I just deleted the whole channel. I deleted the content. I saved some of it, put it in a folder. I'll probably never see that folder. I don't even know where it is on my desktop. I saved it somewhere, hopefully. If not, oh well. But I'm going to start right here from scratch. I saved a couple of videos on my channel here just to show that I've been around for a while. But really, this is all coming from pretty scratch here. So I did not rely on YouTube for my lead generation. So when it comes to making money online, listen, there's 2 big things: traffic and conversions. You got to get traffic and leads from somewhere, in some way or some manner. And there's only a handful of ways you could get traffic and leads anyway. I mean, I'll try to think of what they are. You could pay for it, like advertising. You can run ads. That's one way to get traffic and leads. You could do outreach, like with LinkedIn or direct messaging. That's a good way to get leads and make high-ticket client sales as well. There's content marketing, like I'm doing right now. This is content marketing. This is a way to get clients as well as to create content, whether it's written, audio like podcasts, or videos like this, or images and art. Content creation to get traffic and leads is another way. Another way would be affiliates. I've made millions from affiliates. This is how I started online, was getting affiliates to promote for me, joint venture deals, affiliates, integration, where my stuff was integrated into other people's stuff. That's another way to get traffic and leads. Those are a few different ways, right? Referrals is a way you could get traffic and leads. But ultimately, you need a way to build a farmland of prospects that you can harvest. I know that sounds bad, and I don't mean for it to sound bad, but it's how I learned it, it's how I remember, is if you build a farmland of people who are like-minded or who are your ideal prospects, and you have a farmland of these people, then you can make yourself a fortune. And that's why YouTube is important. So we got spoiled, those of us that have been around for 20 years doing this, making millions online. We made a majority of our money online from emailing to our email list. We would run ads on, Facebook or Google or wherever. We would drive those leads into our email subscriber list. People would opt in to get some freebie, some lead magnet, and then we would email them. You're on email list, right? You get these emails that automatically email out to you on a daily basis. This is how we made millions, is building an email subscriber list. So simply, I would just fire up an email. I'd write up an email, and I'd broadcast email it out to tens of thousands of people who are following me or who are on my email list. A certain percentage of them would open the email. A certain percentage of them would click the link inside the email. A certain percentage of them would read whatever or watch whatever it is my pitch was, my sales pitch. And then a certain percentage of them, small percentage, would buy, and that small percentage made me millions. And a lot of people in this industry that came up like I did and started playing this game early on, 2003, 2004, 2005, that's how we made most of our money, was email marketing, right? But email marketing has been harder and harder as each year passes. It gets more and more difficult to get into the inbox. It gets more and more difficult to get people to open your emails, to click a link, to watch a video, to read a sales letter, or any of that stuff. So email marketing has gotten harder, and it's cost people like me, specifically in our bank accounts, because you're not getting as many leads, right? So then, what else? Well, we've done affiliates, we've done like outreach and stuff like that, direct outreach like on LinkedIn to get clients. And since I'm usually a high ticket, then I don't need a whole lot of leads or traffic to make a whole lot of money. But what I do need is a place where people can get to know me, get to like me, get to trust me, and see that I know my stuff. And that's one of the things I want to talk about today, or a few of the things I want to talk about today, as far as why it's so valuable to build a YouTube channel, okay? So I got money, made millions, even $1 million in a single day from affiliates, from email, all the affiliates emailing at the same time, a product launch, all of that. But I would get clients from time to time who would say, high ticket clients, would pay me a lot of money, and they would say, yeah, I love your YouTube videos. And I'm like, what YouTube videos? No one's watched it. I haven't done a YouTube video in a year. But they would say that because they would find out about me in some form or fashion, and then they would search me and they would look for YouTube videos that I've done, and they would watch them, and then they would see that, how whatever it is I was talking about, and then they would become interested. And so YouTube became a place for me where I was like, kind of just like a credibility thing. It wasn't really producing a steady flow of leads for me. But every once in a while, I'd get a high ticket client, and they're like, man, I watched that YouTube video of yours. And I have a client today who emailed me like 3 YouTube videos that he did for me. He took one of my videos and spliced it into a few different like shorts, and it was like, look, dude, do it this way, man. You're not adding any B-roll and all this. And I'm like, yeah, I need to do that. So what I'm saying is I'm just in love with YouTube, but one of the main reasons why I'm focused on YouTube is because I started hearing it enough times where I'm like, what would happen if I actually focused on YouTube and made it a priority, not just doing it on a Friday afternoon because, I felt like it, but actually making it a strategic habit, which is important. I could do a whole video on that. Let me know below if you want me to on habits and how willpower is not the answer. It's you're never going to succeed with willpower. If you want to lose a lot of weight or all that, I know I've lost a little bit, but it's not from willpower. It's from habits. It's from rituals. It's from routine. It's from little daily steps, right? So make sure that you understand that anything that you do needs to be systematized. So I have it in my calendar for today to record videos, right? And here we are. So you got to build a farmland. So here are the main reasons why or some of the main reasons why, because there's probably a million reasons why, but here's some of the main reasons why I'm focused on YouTube and why you should start a YouTube channel. One is, like I said, you need a farmland. You need a place to grow a following, a place to grow a tribe, a place to pluck clients out of, to harvest clients out of, okay? So for years, it was my email list. For years, it was affiliates. For years, it was running ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads, anywhere I could run ads. For years, it was outreach on LinkedIn. All of that still works. For years, it was all that stuff. But what it has never really been for me is content marketing. I never depended on posting on Facebook to get clients. I never depended on posted my picture on Instagram, selfie, look at me on Instagram to get clients. I thought it was stupid. I thought social media was stupid. I hated social media. I wish it was never invented. I didn't depend on podcasts or YouTubes or any of that to get clients. I ran ads. I did outreach. That's where I got my clients, okay? Or maybe I did affiliates, whatever. So I didn't really focus on it until now. Now it is an absolute priority, an absolute must, an absolute scheduled on my iPhone calendar to do YouTube videos for this entire year, no matter what. I don't care if I get one view the entire year. I'm doing it. I put my blinders on, I'm dedicated. It's going to happen even if I fail miserably, okay? So all of this is like the number one thing is building that farmland. Let's talk about it for a second like this. If you got 4 clients who paid you $2,500, that's $10K per month. If you got 4 clients from YouTube, so all you need is 1,000 loyal followers. If you got 1,000 loyal followers on YouTube, or 1,000 loyal followers on your email list, or 1,000 loyal followers on a podcast or on Instagram or anywhere, Twitter, it doesn't matter. If you have 1,000 loyal followers who know you, who like you, and who trust you, then you can make an absolute fortune, windfalls of income with just 1,000 people. So you'll see YouTube channels that have like 300,000 subscribers or 80,000 subscribers and all that. All you need is 1,000 loyal followers to make millions. If you want to make 6 figures, you don't even need 1,000. Okay. So if you're high ticket, you're charging $2,500, $3,500, $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand per client, then you don't need that many clients. You don't need that much traffic and leads. You just need to be dialed in. Okay. So and I know that from all these years of doing this. So for me, I'm building that farmland on YouTube and I don't need 80,000 subscribers. Well, it'd be great to get there, but I'm not dependent on that to generate high ticket revenue. Okay. So imagine if you got 3 clients who paid you 10K. This is not hard to do. You think it's hard to do if you've never done it before. It's a big wall that's in the way, but it's really not hard to do. I've taken people that have never sold anything online and got them selling 10K sales, where someone pays them 10K up front to have a problem solved. Imagine getting 3 of those a month. That's 30 grand a month. You're living pretty good at that. You're making more than a lot of CEOs at that point. And you can do that with just YouTube. Okay. So you can do videos and like you tell them, like below this video, I'll have a guide for you and you can like download it. Just go to the link below. And then they go to a link, they follow it, they enter their name and email to get your free guide. Boom, that's a lead. Now they're reading your guide. You're turning them on to you through video and now written on a guide. And then in that guide, they're interested in maybe they book a call with you to talk about you coaching them or providing them with whatever solution you provide. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm building the YouTube channel. And you ought to want to start now. Like just record. You just got to take that leap of faith and just do it. Once you do it enough times, it becomes second nature. You don't really think anything about it. At the beginning, of course, anything new is going to be scary, but you got to have courage. Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors those who are ambitious to do it anyway, despite the fears, despite the objections, despite the problems, despite the personal problems, despite that little voice in the back of your head telling you you're not good enough. Those are the people who succeed, are the people that do it anyway. We've all been scared. I was scared the first time I did a video. I remember, I'll never forget the first time I did a video or a live presentation online. I couldn't sleep the night before. Okay, now I could do it in my sleep and not even think about it. All right, so that's number 1 is you got to build a farmland. Okay, and number 2 is videos on YouTube last. Like I was watching a video with my son. Like that video was like 8 years old. Like and then we binge watched a bunch of videos. So like YouTube videos last, right? It's just kind of like you could go watch the first season of Yellowstone on Paramount, right? Like that was like how many years ago? But you could get all into it like it's right now, right? That once you create that content, this good quality content, it could serve you for a long, long time to come. Those YouTube videos stay there. And then you link them together and people can binge watch your videos. So that's another reason. You create it once, you get benefits for years to come. A viral video or some kind of successful video could produce tons of people for you and tons of leads and tons of income for you. Not just YouTube monetization, but leads and high-ticket clients outside of YouTube monetization to make you money for years to come. It doesn't take that many, especially with my system. So that's number 2. Number 3, and listen to this. We are in the trust economy. This is a trust world that we live in right now. And what I mean by that is there's so much fakery going on. You got AI this and AI that and fake people and fake AI people and avatars and faceless videos and all this junk, which is given the masses out there, the majority of people, the opportunity to create content because they don't have to put their face on video. They don't have to be themselves. They can just pay a robot, right, to get on YouTube and talk and give advice and be robotic and try to have some personality. But we all know our BS detector's going off like that's AI. And we don't like it. We want, at least subconsciously, especially if we're going to fork out a credit card and buy something high ticket, we want to trust that person. And we give money to those we know, like, and trust. Trust. And if there's so much fakery going on, there's so much AI crap that people don't trust that. And they're less and less likely to trust people or trust stuff that's going on. And there's so much noise. Everyone and their grandmother is wanting to be a YouTuber, influencer, coach, consultant, make money online in some form or fashion, sell a course, sell a book, sell a something, sell a widget on Amazon. Like everyone's into that these days, right? And so there's so much noise out there. There's so much fakery, so much glitter, so much crap, so much fluff, so much garbage that if you really want to put your money into somebody that's going to truly help you, or a course or something or a service, you got to trust that, right? That's why we look at reviews, and that's why we're like, we got to know, like, and trust that person before we fork over any money, especially a high ticket. So if you can build that trust, then you're really, really going to make a big difference in your income. I'm all in on building trust this year. Okay, I've made tens of millions of dollars online for 20 years now. I'm telling you, listen to me, trust is huge. Absolutely paramount that you build trust within your farmland and your market. And YouTube, I can't think of a better place. That's why I'm here. I'm like, why didn't I do this 15 years ago? Why didn't I do this 10 years ago? Why didn't I do this when Gary Vee was doing those wine videos where he'd taste wine, spit it in a bucket, and tell you what he thought of the wine? I remember watching those videos. One of my friends was like, lived in New York at the time, and he was like, check out this guy that's down the road here doing these videos. And I was like, wow, that's pretty stupid. But guess what? I was the one that was stupid, because look at Gary Vee now. So you want to do that. So the next one is fourth reason is KLT, baby. KLT. Know, like, trust. Know, like, trust. But it's just not good enough to just create this robotic content. People buy from those they know, like, and trust. But listen, you got to, and I could do a whole weekend workshop on just this topic. But getting people to know, like, and trust you is about being a little bit remarkable too. You got to be a little bit remarkable, a little bit different. And one of the things about being different is being on camera, being trustworthy, being a leader, putting your personality and just throwing your personality out there and letting people chew on that. All of that is so critical to getting people to know, like, you, trust you, because everyone else and their grandmother out there, all the noise, all the other people out there are hiding behind the internet. They're not using their real name. They're scared to put their picture out there. They're scared to put a video out there. They're scared to do any of that kind of stuff. And therefore, people don't trust that, and they don't trust them. But when you put your face out there, you put your video out there, you put your personality out there, people trust that. People follow that. That's the people they give money to. So you want to be a little bit remarkable. And what's remarkable right now? Being yourself, being on camera, warts and all, whatever's damaging about yourself, and you're ugly, you're small, you're fat, you're tall, you're old, you're young, you got a hillbilly accent. I mean, whatever it is. So put yourself out there, take your personality and throw it out there. That's what people buy. Those are the people that are making a bunch of money. It's not the fakery people with the AI thumbnails and the AI avatars, okay? Get people to know, like, and trust you. Get people to know, like, and trust you. Turn them on to you. That's where the big bucks are. That's where the high ticket sales are, okay? Number 5, visibility. Visibility. YouTube is a great way to be visible. The more they see you, the more they know, like, and trust you. The more they see you, the more top of mind you are. Like, anytime I run ads or I'm doing a bunch of videos and I'm being very visible, I get all kinds of invites. Because all my colleagues see that. I live in Austin, Texas. Well, actually, I live out in Lake Travis, not in Austin. Well, all those weirdos. But in Austin, all my colleagues will reach out to me and be like, hey, man, you want to go to dinner? You want to catch lunch? want to have a couple drinks? You want to come to this mastermind I'm doing? I got this event. You want to partner up with things? Like that happens because I'm top of mind. But if I'm not top of mind, because I'm very reclusive, I'm very private, if I'm not doing a bunch of videos, if I'm not out in front of people, if I'm not being very visible, it's crickets. My phone doesn't ring. Nobody likes me. They can't do anything anymore. I'm just not good enough. Wah. But when I'm like very visible, I mean, it's like the floodgates open up and I get all kinds of opportunity. So you've got to be visible in today's day and age if you want to make a lot of money. I'm going to give it another year or so. And if you're not visible, you're toast. You're not going to make any money. And I mean authentically. Is that a word? Authentically visible. Okay? All right, that's 5. Oh, also, like, I'll tell you, like, let me ask you this question. Who's your favorite actor? Male actor. Like, let's just use male. Who's your favorite male actor? Think about it. You figured that out yet? Who is it? Just say it out loud or type it down below. Type it into the comment who your favorite actor is. And then I'll tell you who my favorite actor is. My favorite actor is Daniel Day-Lewis. That dude is great. I mean, he is fantastic. I love that dude. He's a great actor. However, like if I asked a bunch of people who their favorite actor was, they probably wouldn't say Daniel Day-Lewis. But as soon as I say it, so many people are like, oh yeah, I forgot about him. That's my favorite actor too. I like that guy also. But if he's in a movie right now, then everyone's like, that's my favorite actor, right? Because he's visible. Maybe he's doing, so if an actor like has a movie coming out, they're like on talk shows and they're on radio shows and they're on podcast episodes and Joe Rogan and all that. And that's to be visible, top of mind. Okay. If you're a musician or, you know, a rock star and you got a new album out, you go on all the podcasts, you're on Joe Rogan, everywhere else. Why? Because of visibility. So visibility is so critical to that. Be visible. Even if you got damaged goods, put it out there. Big old wart right here. Put it out there. All right. Number 6, status. Status. Your clout. Your status in the marketplace. Your status within your tribe, within your followers, within your following, your farmland, your status to them. Do they see you up here and worthy of giving a bunch of money to? Or do they see you way down here and you're like a flea market booth or a garage sale and they see you way down there and they're only going to give you like $8. Here's $8. You know, I'll buy your little guide. Or do they see you way up here? Like, you know, you're selling Bentleys, you know, Rolexes. Like do they see you high status? Like you're somebody. Like you command status, right? Like, and so, and I could do a whole weekend workshop on this too. This is important, but like, for example, one of the ways to build status is to put yourself up on a pedestal. How do you do that? Well, you can do a video like this. You can put yourself on video. Most people don't do videos. The market doesn't do videos. They're not going to put their face on a video, okay? But you will. And just the sheer act of being courageous enough and brave enough to put your mug on video puts you at a higher status level, okay? So like, let's say I get up on stage and I'm at a workshop or a seminar and there's 1,000 people in the audience and I'm speaking to that audience and I'm wearing my suit and I'm looking good. I'm all G'd up and I'm speaking to the audience. That puts me way, way up on a pedestal. So they see my status as way up there. It's all about presentation. So how do they see you? How do you control this little box? This little box right here, right? This box. You control that little box on what they see in that box. You control what the market's going to think about you. If you want the market to think a certain way about you, then tell them what you want them to think about you. Like I tell people all the time, been saying it for 20 years, I tell it like it is. I'm just direct. I'm just to the point. I tell it like it is. Hardly any fluff because I'm from Texas. And that's what we do here, right? Like that. And that's how they remember that. Oh, Eric tells it like it is. And then so people repeat that back to me. I just love your tell it like it is style. You just tell it like it is. Yes, because I'm telling you that I tell it like it is. You see what I mean? So you can control what you want the market to think of you. So in building status, you should pick 4, 5, 10 things you want the market to know about you. Like I want the market to know, this market, YouTube, you watching this, then I'm not just some YouTube person that just slapped up a video and I'm just up on a video. Now, I've done tens of millions of dollars online. I've been making money for 20 years, okay? Millions. So like, I'm not a fly-by-nighter. I'm not some wannabe. And I'm letting you know that 3, 4, 5, 10 times in this video alone. I'll let people know that I have a wife and 2 kids. We live outside of Austin, Texas. Law of association is associate me with Texas and Austin. Then we go to the Cayman Islands and spend months there in the summer. We go to Aspen, Colorado. We go skiing and snowboarding there. Like, they associate me with those places. I've had people go on vacation to those places simply because I'm always talking about how great it is. So status is really important. One thing I'll tell you is, like, we go back to, like, I don't know, maybe 2003. There's a friend of mine, a colleague, great guy, friend of mine that helped me make millions. He was one of the first people to help me make a ton of cash. He told me one time, he's like, Eric, I see you're doing all this stuff behind the scenes. If you really want to make a lot of money like I'm making, and he was making millions, is you need to get a website and put a picture of yourself on there, write stuff about yourself, and go do teleseminars and get interviews and interview other people. This is way before podcasts, way before YouTube videos and all that. So we would do these teleseminars, and that's crazy to think about. So anyway, I would get on these teleseminars, and like 1,000 people would be on the phone call, and I'd be interviewed, right? And it worked. The first seminar, like offline seminar I went to in California, I had no idea that people knew who I was. I was at the seminar and people were like, walking up to me and like wanting to introduce themselves to me and all that. And it was mind blowing. And it was all because I was doing those teleseminars and I was building status. That was a long time ago. And it still is that way to this day. You have to build status. Status sells. Number 7, for me anyway, is one of the main reasons why I started a YouTube channel. I mean, perhaps you need to start a YouTube channel for this very reason. It's fun. It's fun. It's new for me. It's new growth for me. It's like I get to geek out on these, be a nerd on these YouTube videos and learn the ins and outs of what it takes to build a YouTube channel and how to do these YouTube videos well to where people watch them and resonate with them and enjoy them and like them and get value from them. And so for me, like, it's new. It's new for me. It's a new puzzle to crack. It's a new code to crack. It's real boring when you do stuff for 20 years and you just send emails out and just do outreach, and it's just like you get clients. Eventually you get to a point where you're like, man, I need something new to do. I need a new project and a new partnership, new something to light that fire and get that spice going, to get my ambition juices flying, right? So for me, it's that. And, for me, one of my purposes on life that God gave me was to teach, to create content, and to help people. And so this gives me a platform to do that. And like I said, even if there's only like 5 people, like if all 5 of you like comment below, thank you for being here, you rock. But if like 5 people is all I reach right now, hey, so be it. I love doing this. And this is what, like, the way I look at it is God gave me these abilities to teach and share and learn and help people and give them inspiration and give them step-by-steps and give them resources and systems and all that. That's his gift to me. My gift back to him is what I do with those gifts. So if I'm using those gifts and I'm getting better and I'm growing, I'm in this season and I'm putting that out there, then that's my gift back to God. And that's what I'm doing here for you. So for me, it's fun to do these videos. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not perfect at all, right? And so, I mean, I hope to be inspiration for you that here I am doing it, right? I'm 54 years old at the time of this recording. I'm definitely not perfect. And here I am, all my damages, goods here on display for you, right? And if I could do it, you could do it too. So that's number 7. Number 8, I'm just going to give number 8, etc. There's 1,000 billion trillion cajillion reasons why it's so important to do a YouTube video. I mean, 1,000,000 reasons why. So, etc. Like, my purpose is to teach, so I'm here to do that. I think it's important to take a leap of faith. I want to target and help people who are blessed with the curse of ambition. If you're ambitious, if you're an achiever, if you're a champion, if you just got to win, if you want to win, if you want more out of life, if you want to be somebody, if you want to level up your game, if you want to achieve more, then I'm you, you're me. We're the same. We're like-minded. And so for me, anything I've ever gotten that like really I would consider success came from first taking a leap of faith. Like nothing happens until you take a leap of faith. When I was in my 20s, I started an advertising marketing company. I had like $2,000 in my pocket. I didn't have a frigging clue what I was doing. I should not have been doing that. I had no reason to be starting that business. I had no reason to be marketing what I was marketing, hiring people to work for me on full commission, and taking those huge risks. It was a lot to bite off and chew, but I went for it anyway. I just took that leap of faith. I just put one foot in front of the next and just took those steps, right? You got to have that faith. They say you could drive from the East Coast of the United States all the way to the West Coast of the United States, only being able to see, at nighttime, only being able to see like 50 feet in front of you with your headlights. But like each 50 feet comes and goes and comes and goes. Next thing you know, you're on the other side of the country. It's the same in business or success. Is you got to take that leap of faith and just go for it and just do something in that direction. Be consistent and disciplined, a ritual, schedule it on your calendar, make it a priority, make it a habit. And that beats willpower every time if it's scheduled, right? If it's a must, you have to do it. Then, and just look at it as like, I'm just going to do it even if I didn't shave, if I didn't cut my hair yet, if I'm wearing a visor. I mean, just do it anyway. Even if it's hard, even if you don't feel like doing it, because it's scheduled and you made that promise to yourself. So success is doing what you said you would do long after the mood in which you said it has left you. Success is doing what you said you would do long after the mood in which you said it has left you. So when the motivation is gone and you're still trucking away doing what you said because you got blinders on, you're scheduling it, that's where success comes from. That's the other side of the coin for success is found there. Okay, so you got to take that leap of faith. If you don't take a leap of faith, nothing's going to happen. This year is going to look just like last year. The next 5 years is going to look like the last 5 years. You got to go out on the limb to get the fruit. You got to take that leap of faith. Dive off the cliff and sprout wings on the way down. Or have faith, jump off the cliff and the net will appear. But you've got to take action. You've got to go for it. You got to have that leap of faith. And I'm telling you, you ought to want to start a YouTube channel and be disciplined to create 1 video a week or 2 videos a week and just get them out there. Okay. Splice them up into YouTube shorts and just get the ball rolling. Okay. Get into the guts of this. Right. But if you want more, this is from Jim Rome. If you want more, you've got to become more. If you want more, you've got to become more. And this is your opportunity to become more, to grow. I hope you grow with me. Thank you so much for being here. There should be another video that shows up on the screen right now, some YouTube motivation for you so you can binge watch some of these videos. And if you could, subscribe below, and we'll see you next time. Later. He gone.